Yeah.
Steve's a bit quiet, he's got a bit of a sore throat.
Oh, a bit of a sore throat. Murder. All week. It's been murder, Rick.
We couldn't work all this week,
No, I've been
because,
off, sick.
Steve's been in Bristol. Karl, you're not impressed?
It's just, I don't understand why having a sore throat sort of...
Oh, he's done you.
Right, what if the sore throat was so painful, it was like you've got broken glass and razor blades in your throat? You can hear now that I'm not even speaking from down in the throat, I'm speaking from the very top of it like that, so it sounds a bit weird.
But you're right.
What?
Your hands are alright, aren't they?
Yeah, but we talk when we're writing, don't we? I can barely talk. It was it was agony. I couldn't sleep because it was so painful. Even when I was just lying there, motionless, it was hurting.
I just was surprised because I got back off holiday and, called Ricky and said, alright, is Steve alright? And he said, oh, he's had to go back home or something, and he's stayed there because he's got a sore throat.
Yeah.
I didn't understand why you can't, like, just go home. I mean, how old are you?
What?
I don't understand why you got to be at your mum and dad's when you're feeling a bit ill.
I happened to be at my mum and dad's, now I'm talking like you, when this sore throat really kicked in. So I thought I may as well stay and get a bit of the creature comforts of home.
Do you know what I pictured though when he told me?
See, my parents aren't like yours, Karl. Your father would have popped down to the phone box and maybe looked to see if there were any kind of throat lozenges.
Strepsils.
Yeah. Whereas my mum phones up the doctor first thing she can. I'm straight down there with my dad. They're snapping into action. They're trying to sort me out.
It's a bit like that Ronnie Corbett thing, isn't it?
Sorry!
That sorry thing.
You're right, Karl. Yes, you're absolutely right. It's just like that.
Oh,
No,
dear.
it's just because
You just went on holiday with your parents.
Well, not with mine.
No,
with
right.
Suzanne's, and it won't be happening again. So,
Well,
that's that sort.
we'll have more
Didn't work
about
out
that a
for
little
you?
bit later.
Interesting.
But it's just that. I mean, we were talking about it last night because I was saying to Suzanne, I said, "Oh, Steve's, you know, he's been living at home all week." She said, "Oh, is he
I like
really?"
the way he talks about you behind your back as well.
Thanks.
And, and she said, "So what's up with him?"
Malingering geek.
And I
said.
said, "Oh, he's got a sore throat or something."
She went sore throat.
So, she said, "Well, you don't know how serious it is. Don't be, don't be off-hand with him tomorrow, because, if he's coming in and he's still not right." Because she always sticks up for you.
Yeah.
Right? And she
Because
said,
she's
and
got
anyway,
some sense.
she said, and anyway, you're no good when people are ill. I said, hang on, what are you talking about? So, apparently, when we first sort of started going out, the first time she was ill, she kind of thought she saw the real me. Because she was ill in bed and that, and I was saying, oh, get up. And,
of course you can drink alcohol with these.
And I just was like, you make yourself feel worse if you lie in bed. I said, come on, we need to go shopping. And she said, you go shopping. I said, no, I'm not, because I'm rubbish at shopping for food. Do you know what I mean? I'm alright at getting that night's food, but once it starts, like, you've got a plan.
Sure, yeah, you're dropping the bananas, you know
Yeah,
what
I forget all sorts of stuff. So she said, I've got
all
a
over the floor.
well, she was like feeling hot on that. She said, I've got a temperature, so we'll come to the supermarket and not hang about in the frozen chicken section, cool yourself down.
Yeah, sure.
And, it made her worse. So now she was like, do you remember that? And I was kind of like, yeah.
Who's that hot woman sitting in the chicken fillets?
Yeah.
That's Karl's girlfriend.
Yeah.
She's obviously ill again.
Even when I was...
Can I ask, because after last week's show, when you had your breakdown, you went off to Hastings with your girlfriend, stroke carer, Suzanne. Now, what does she... Because whenever we meet Suzanne, we bumped into Suzanne recently at the BBC, Ricky and I. She's always very nice to us, very polite, we have a nice little chat. But I'm always wondering, what is it that she thinks of us, really? Because I'm assuming you immediately go home and whinge.
No, but they tortured me. You saw they tortured me on air.
Now, what does she make of us?
Did she listen to the show last week?
Yeah, she did, yeah. She knew I was annoyed.
Right.
So, she sort of gave me a look like... You know what I mean? Like that, when I... Because we went to Hastings...
That wasn't because you had, like, Marmite or something over your face.
No, it was like... So we didn't talk for a bit, I just was like, getting over it.
Sure.
Thinking, I'm sick of this.
Yeah.
Right? Is the new kitchen really worth it and all that?
I phoned him up, left a message after the show. I said, you seemed a bit quiet when you left. I just want to make sure it wasn't anything I said.
Well, no one...
You're still doing your Samaritans work?
yeah. Did it ring, or did you just ignore it, let it go to answer machine?
I think I turned it off. I left it off, didn't I?
Yeah.
Just left it off all day and
But
that.
what does she make of us? Does she genuinely think... Does she not really like us?
I said it's weird, because there's no one who she doesn't really like, which annoys me, because she says to me... Well, she says to me, I'm the opposite, do you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, everybody annoys you.
Yeah.
And it's like, well... But that's my choice, right?
Sure.
And that's why I don't bother getting mates and that, 'cause
Sure.
it's just hassle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But the problem is, sometimes me being like that affects stuff that she wants to do. So, you know, if a mate...
Like, see her family and friends.
Well, let's not say her family or friends, but say if one of her mates had a baby.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I mean, you know...
Naming no names.
So this happened?
Well, I've just got to watch what I'm doing, haven't I, now? Because of all...
The builder who knows you're slagging him off and saying he nicked stuff.
Yeah. So, you know, she's got a few mates who have had kids recently.
Right.
Yeah.
So one of them had a kid, yeah, go on.
Right. And, she wanted to go and see it, right? And she said, you can come with us, and I was like... You know what I feel about babies.
Sure, you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Yeah.
So they all look like Mouse Smith. Why do I need to see another one?
Yeah.
Right? And she's like, yeah, but come and see it. You know, you get on with them. Come and see them. And I was like, it's a long way away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's probably narrowed it down again.
Yeah.
So, and that annoys her, because I can't be bothered. Do you know
What
what I
did
mean?
you say? Did you say, oh, no, I'm not coming to see him, I don't
I'm
like
not
him?
going all the way to Swindon.
What did she, did you, yeah, or Birmingham, or Cornwall.
Yeah, wherever it
well, you know who you are, if you had a baby,
Yeah,
sort of in the
but-
last
but
sort of,
if
and
they
Karl
are-
didn't show up, and Suzanne said, what excuse did she say? You're working or busy or?
No, well, to be fair, I was working, right? And they
Yeah.
are nice people and
Oh,
stuff.
now you're backtracking, because
No,
now,
I'm just
do they
saying, yeah.
listen?
Yeah, but
Do they listen to the show?
They might do.
So you know they listen to the show. So once again, you've got an anecdote where the people who you've admitted to not liking to see their baby or
No,
care about
no,
them
no,
are
no.
listening to the show.
No.
Maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe the builder's listening once
They're
again.
nice people, I like them.
Just
sound like their baby.
just sneeze in the chili pot.
When the kid's older, I'll go and see him.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's just, do you know what I mean? When it's got its own little character. As a baby, it could be any baby. Do you know what I mean? It's got nothing to offer me.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
It could be a toy baby.
But you know what I mean?
It could be a bag of sugar.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
When it can start talking and you know.
And lend
Play
you
around
money.
with it.
yeah. yeah.
Got good toys and stuff. It's well worth
Yeah.
going, but at the
Yeah.
moment,
Yeah, nothing.
I'll see it when it's about
So you go,
6.
oh, you want to go? Yeah, brilliant. Put it to bed. Let's have a game of Scrabble.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we were talking about on our way to Hastings last week. For me, that's where I went to chill. Well, do you want a bit now, or what? What we're doing?
What? No, I wanted you to tell Steve about your holiday because you told me in
I
the
am
week.
intrigued.
Go on.
Steve, I mean, bad idea. I had a feeling anyway about going away with like Suzanne's mum and dad, because I've never been into sort of family holidays anyway, right? Even when you see it, whenever I've been on holiday and you see like families on planes and that, and they're all having a laugh and a joke, loving it, and then on the plane going back, you can see that they've gone off into groups, and like, the dad isn't talking to the daughter and all that business. So I thought, asking for trouble, but I do everything once. Do you know what I mean? Boxing, dancing, going on holiday with parents and that.
Yeah.
Give it a go, see how it goes, right? So
Not your A-levels, but fair enough.
it started off. It started off bad, didn't it? Because last week I told you that our dad called us up and said, I want to take some tea bags with us to Madeira.
Yeah.
What's the best way of packing them?
Yeah.
Right. So I knew there was going to be problems like that, because the thing with Suzanne's family, right? They like having a routine. They know what they're doing every day. They know what they're having for tea every day. It's the same thing every week and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I thought this is going to be interesting, this, because they can't do what they normally do.
Sure.
I love it. I love you treating it like an experiment.
Yeah.
Right.
Just watching them all the time.
So the first problem was they'd never flown before. So I was winding them up a bit. Saying,
course you were.
it's murder. It's really horrible. Plane goes all over the place. And a mum had done some research saying, well, I've been reading about it, and
What, she got a funny accent?
more people, there's more chance of me being killed on a donkey than there is on a plane. So I upset her. I said, right,
Especially
when we
if you
get
go to
there,
Spain.
I said, when we get there, let's see if there's any donkeys on the beach.
Yeah.
Right? And she didn't like that. So,
Oh, what? The joke about you hoping she died?
yeah.
Oh, what's up with her?
Right, so we get there, and, they see the villa and that, they're quite happy with all that business,
Yeah.
right, all that stuff. And then, as time went on, I was getting a bit sort of fed up with them being around us all the time, because
Yeah, sure.
I think you should have your own time when you go on holiday
course,
with the
yeah.
family. You should say, right, you go off and do your thing,
Yeah.
we'll do our thing, and we'll meet up later and talk about what we've been doing and stuff. Anyway, so it gets to like the Thursday, we've been away since Monday, right? And I said, right, we're going out tonight. So, her mum says, yeah, we'll come with you. I said, no, it's just us, we're having a bit of time on our own, right?
Is it true you said to her, you told me this, you said to her, you started to annoy me, I want some time on my own?
Well, I told her at the start, I said, it's going to be interesting this, because people annoy me when they're around me a lot.
Sure.
So I wasn't nasty to her, I just was saying people, not her.
All right.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying, you're gonna get on my nerves. So,
You hailed a donkey for her.
so, no, but, seriously, right, with the flying, do you know those stockings that you can get because of, deep vein thrombosis?
Sure.
She had them on in the cab.
Brilliant.
And it's only a 2-hour flight as well, so that was annoying me. Right, so anyway, it gets to this, you know, the Thursday night when I'm going out with Suzanne.
Yeah.
And, her mum's like sat on the sun lounger outside, so where are we going tonight? I said, no, like I said, it's just us, we're going out having a bit of time to ourselves. So, I could see as the day was getting on, she was realising that she's got a night in with, like, her husband, right? Her face started to, like, look miserable.
Sure.
I thought, I'm loving this. Right? So I said, right, I'm going in to go and have a shower, go and, get ready for tonight, it's gonna be great.
And winding them up, wind them up because they can't come, because he said they can't.
Yeah.
Right, so I go upstairs, have a shower and that. I come down, and, a mum's smiling.
Oh, hang on.
So I'm thinking, hang on a minute, what's gone on here? So I went to Suzanne, I said, why's your mum smiling? She's not coming. She said, no, but, my dad said he'll take her out now. So in a way, she was happy, because she got her own way, which had annoyed me.
That annoyed you, sure, because you wanted
It's
to...
like,
What, you don't even want her husband taking her out?
Well, it's just the fact she didn't want to go out. She was happy to stay in and have sausage, egg and chips that they'd found from some shop that sold English food.
Right.
So, that's almost like what they do if they're at home.
Sausage, egg and chips.
So, she was happy with that if we were staying in and having that, but because we were going out, she was fed up.
Right.
So she's smiling, so she's going, yeah, I'm going out now, so I said, well, enjoy yourself. She said, where are you going? I said, well, it doesn't matter, does it? You don't need to know.
Sure,
She's not going to where we're going. Oh, you just don't want us to be in the same restaurant? I said, yeah, that's right. I said, I want a night out on my own with Suzanne, it's our holiday as well.
I don't know, I can talk to you
Amazing.
about this.
This is not even his own parents. This is someone else's parents. These are the parents of the woman he loves.
But even Suzanne sort of agreed with me. There's only so much time you can spend with your parents, that's why you leave. That's why when you're ill, you don't go home to them. Yeah?
Sure. Yeah. Of course, the slight difference between me and you, Karl, is that not everyone in the world annoys me.
Well, not everyone does, just...
I can see what, I felt a bit guilty that week when he said I was annoying him, but I realise it's not my fault now.
No, everyone annoys him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was an alright holiday. It was good to get back.
Brilliant.
Won't be doing it again.
No. And what now would you say is your relationship with Suzanne's parents? Is it a frosty one?
No, I just think they know that I don't like to put up with them for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, when we were packing, her mum was upset because, like, she really liked the place where we were staying, right? Because it was quite a big villa, because there was a few of us. There was a brother as well with us, right?
Yeah.
So, her mum said, oh, I love it here. She said, I'm definitely going to book this place again. I said, it's a bit, you know, a bit big for two of you, isn't it?
Just being sarky, like, we're definitely...
I said, because, you know, I won't be coming again.
You're like, I don't know what you're like, Karl. You're a monster. You're an absolute
You're one of
monster.
those people that goes, I say as a speakers are fine, I say as out and gibbered wat the wibble.
Yeah.
And never the werewolf slept.
You're like a middle-aged man. You're like an old man. You're like an old man and you're what, 30?
And just imagine you scraping along in clogs and a flat cap going, oh, that tree's got to come down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puncturing a kid's ball if he kicks it into your garden by mistake.
Yeah.
Refusing to give it back.
Yeah, gather round. Yeah, there were once Chinese kid as hairy as that cow, which is weird, because there's not many Chinese people that are hairy, but this one, I tell thee, it were back in 1990.
Grandad, are you eating a Twix?
But why do owls have to turn 180 degrees to look the other way?
Because they've got big eyes.
Yeah, and what's that mean?
What do you mean, what's it mean?
Can I just... I don't think you should have children.
Well, Suzanne's always saying, you know, she'd like to hear tiny feet running around the flat. Stuff. I just said, let's get a little midget cleaner.
Okay.
If you'd like Carl to humiliate himself for money, email in.
Well, Suzanne was surprised that I was like, last night I told her about it, and I
Oh,
said,
why did you do that? I don't know what I feel now. That's not good. Well, I don't know, that's not good, is it?
and she just said, well, you know, you don't like chucking money away, and that. And it was funny, because we got talking about, when we bought our first flat in Manchester, right, I bought a bed, right, I didn't have much money, and what annoyed me is, I bought the bed and it turned up, and I said, where's the mattress? And they said, well, you don't get a mattress with the bed, you've got to buy that separately. And I was like, well, that's not a bed then, right? So I didn't have any more money. Suzanne's at work, so I thought, well, I don't want to stress her out at work and that, and telling her we haven't got a mattress for the bed. I had a word with my dad, right? He knew a mate who had one in the back of a van, right? He said, I'll have a word with him, he'll let you have it. Got the van, brought it round, stunk of diesel and that, but I thought, well, it's free, it'll do.
Yeah.
They brought it up, I stuck it in the spare room. Suzanne got home, she looked at the bed, she said, that looks alright. She said, where's the mattress? I said, it's in the next room, but I thought I won't tell her because
Sure.
she won't like the idea. She went in, just the room stunk of like petrol fumes and that.
Yeah.
She said, what's going on? I said, well, it's a mattress didn't come with a bed, so I've sorted you one out. I've got this off my dad, and we didn't have one night on it. She said, get rid of it.
Yeah.
I had to go and ditch it.
I don't know what she was thinking. One of your father's friends is driving around in a van with a mattress in the back.
Yeah. Was he a serial killer?
I mean, and she didn't want to sleep on it.
Like some Silence of the Lamb.
What kind of a cheapskate is she? What kind of a woman is she? That she won't sleep on a mattress that has been in the back of a transit van.
That's
Yeah,
what
covered
I'm
in, covered in
85.
petrol, diesel, probably urine, and Christ knows what else. Oh.
So, you know.
Carl had to leave early last week, but you stay to the end this week, mate, or...
Yeah.
You don't need another holiday.
Oh, he started already.
I mean, you
Steve's
know.
made you look like a bit of a twat already, and it's
No.
only 1:05.
But the only reason you don't go on holiday is because you have to spend money.
Oh, and he's gone straight back!
Well.
He's gone straight back!
I can't come back to that.
Oh,
It's just dynamite. It's just absolute. That was
Although the
searing
last
and cut to
holiday,
the
he had,
chase.
last holiday Steve had, he sort of found a third world country so he could live like a king for a week. It was Cuba, wasn't it?
Going to Cuba, amazing. We can almost rule the place. If it weren't for Castro, I'd have been in charge. Kind of cash I was flashing around. They do anything for $1 over there. It's extraordinary, literally. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah. Oh.
Definitely. And I went to Kenya before that.
So he thought to the prostitute, said no. You were going...
Yeah, well, it was $2. I mean, I'm not made of money.
Did you have a good holiday, Carl?
Yeah, it was alright. It's alright. Went down to Cornwall.
Now,
Tell
you
you
were
what,
going to the monkey
some odd
sanctuary.
people down there, Steve.
Well, don't look at me. I'm not from Cornwall.
Well, you're from that sort of area.
Well, not really, but never
Genetically, he means.
mind. Right.
They're weird.
Well, you must have slotted right in.
What are they weird? What do they look like?
It's all sort of odd people. A lot of old people, but not just old, sort of messed up old.
What do you mean messed up old? You can't just say that. There's...
There's a woman with a funny neck.
Okay, in what way was it funny?
Why did she have a funny neck? If you were writing an essay, you wouldn't say there was this woman with a funny neck. How would you describe it?
She sort of had her head like pointed down all the time. Like that.
Don't do it. It's his radio.
No, but just for you, I do like that.
Yeah.
Walking about like
Yeah, okay, right. So brilliant.
that. I don't know. I was saying to Suzanne, what happened? You know, what do you think?
Because Suzanne knows everything. That's the good thing about her being with you. You just ask her what happened to her, and Suzanne goes, "Carl, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't been here before."
Suzanne, your girlfriend, or mummy as you call her.
Oh, sparks are flying.
Yeah. I got a little bit of chocolate. Can you just lick a tissue and wipe it off?
Oh,
She said it might have been like because back in the olden days they carried stuff on the.
the olden
What
days.
do you mean the olden days?
This woman was probably what, 50?
No, she looked about 70.
Yeah.
But like I do on Cheeky Freak of the Week, right? I always turn it round and we get like something good out
Something
of it.
positive, yeah.
I said to Suzanne, I bet she finds a lot of money.
Yeah.
Always staring at the ground, yeah.
Oh
There's always,
dear.
there's always
Oh,
good.
so you're
Maybe
back.
she just had new shoes and she was admiring them.
Yeah.
Did you think of that? Before you point the finger and judge?
And Karl Pilkington. Carl's all a little bit, I don't know, he's a bit frustrated, he's sort of a bit sweaty and fed up today, aren't you, because of the heat?
It's too much, though, isn't it?
He was taken out. He was sort of wanted to fight. You know, he doesn't usually like to fight. I sort of like lead on him and try and rub his head.
Yeah.
But today he was sort of leading it. He was sort of like getting a little bit. If I didn't know better, I'd have said it was sexual frustration.
Well, I was
like
watching, Rick, if you don't mind me saying, I was watching, not in that way, just watching.
It was sort of like he was going, "Oh, I want to hit you," and I was
Yeah.
thinking, does he want to hit me, or does he want to do something else to me?
Exactly.
What were your thoughts, Karl?
Exactly. I mean, I saw him sort of wrestling with you on the floor, and you clearly weren't enjoying it, but he was really
Yeah,
loving
what
it.
was that going on? What's the change? Why are you suddenly sort of...
Well, what are you trying to say?
No, I'm not, I'm just saying it was weird that you suddenly, it was like you were,
You're
dunno.
saying a bit gay?
No,
Is that what you're saying?
no, but what was...
Suzanne accused me of that in a week.
Why?
For being a bit gay. She said, I'm sure you're gay.
Why?
Just because I was moaning about stuff. She said, oh, you're a drama queen.
Right, well that's
What were you moaning about? Not having enough gay sex?
no. That she didn't have a knob.
Yeah, yeah.
It's going on, why don't you get yourself a nice little knob?
Yeah.
I mean, can I call you Frank, please?
Could you wear this false beard?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was just, well, we'll talk about it later. It was about the Seven Wonders. I just wasn't that impressed.
He wasn't impressed, right? He said, well, we'd say that, yeah. Well, we got a top show
That's
coming up, haven't we?
But if you are a little bit, kind of, just a little bit sexually, you know, don't be afraid to let it out. I mean, if you want us to relieve you of it.
I'll tell you what, let's have a little bit of Maggie May by Rod.
Oh, it's a
Can't
beautiful
we play
day.
Killing a Georgie?
That's your favourite song, isn't it?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
weird, isn't it?
Strange, isn't it?
That's weird. I'd like to hear Rod Stewart singing about a lovely lady, please, Karl.
As would I.
do you want to do you want to set up Songs of Phrase?
Yeah.
Oh, God. If you've not heard the show before...
I thought we
then-
weren't doing this week.
I thought we weren't.
No, we'll do it once, right? And then next week's the last one, so we'll do Rockbusters. Leave
That
them
might
out.
be the last one ever, depending on whether Karl decides to come back
Yeah.
in October or not.
Exactly.
I'm bored of it. I told you I'm bored of it.
Why are you bored with it?
I get bored quick with stuff.
Yeah.
I told Suzanne the other night how lucky she was. That I haven't got rid of her yet. She's, do you know what I mean? Things.
You put on a soft music though first, didn't you? You didn't just like start getting that right.
you opened a bottle of wine.
You're a very lucky girl. Sorry. Well, I usually get bored with you and that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
You're lucky you haven't pissed off.
Yeah. Do you want to open the champagne or what?
Well, she was annoyed the other
Karl,
night.
what's that on your ear? Don't worry about it. Pigeon shit, aren't it?
We're walking to the pictures, right? To go
Yeah.
and see Bruce Almighty.
Sure.
Why?
And just something to say, innit?
Yeah. So you were trying to sneak in the back.
So on the way, cutting across Leicester Square, and those fellas who sell roses, he comes over. Do you want one? Do you want one? I said, don't do that. She's allergic to them. Right. So he'd go away.
Yeah.
She got all annoyed about that.
Because she's not allergic to them.
Well, she's not allergic now, but they're about £3 each.
But the point of that, Karl, is not that she really wants a rose, it's that you're willing to spend £3 on her.
Taking us to the pictures.
How much was that? That was £8 each. Did you pay for it though?
But didn't you ever... If I know you had her dressed up as a small child.
Yeah.
Me and my son, please.
Or you've made her sit on your shoulders and wear a long coat.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, listen, Songs of Phrase then. What are we going to talk about now? Sort of head's gone now.
Your
We've
head's
got
gone.
Monkey News.
Yeah.
And,
Why is your brain... Why is it... it seems like, since we've come back on air, you have become dimmer. I mean, it is extraordinary. It's like BSC has kicked in.
Or
and
did
you
we
really
just
are-
forget? We just forgot.
Maybe
what-
it's been a long time we've forgotten just how stupid he is.
Yeah.
Because it's proper... Do you know what I mean? It's the silences... You know,
Yeah.
he forgets we're on the radio. There's just
I know,
dead air.
it's unbelievable, and it's our name on this.
know.
They put up a, but as I said before, you know, he is that's no offence. He's not a bright lad or educated or anything like that.
Yeah,
but
well-
some things he says does border on the retarded.
yeah,
okay, I don't-
I've been trying to take in too much information though. That's the problem recently. Well, I said to you last week, I've been like reading more books and what have you, and trying to take in too much. But the problem is, like even watching telly and that now. Suzanne said to me, you know, stop doing that. Stop watching telly late at night and going to bed, because it's making your brain too active. And I'm sort of,
Heaven forbid.
and you know, I'm trying to get to sleep and I can't. And then when I wake up, she had a go at me the other day, right? Because it was the night after watching The Fat Baby, right? Woke up in the morning, and she had a go at me because as soon as I woke up, I said something like, "How can you freeze time?" when she says, "Are you going to say good morning or whatever?"
I'm gonna burst! Just imagine it, right? It's that the sun comes up through the window. Oh, she's Carl's like that, his little head. His eyes open, he goes,
One of those floppy night hats.
how can you freeze time? Oh, God!
But it's because, like, whatever, the night before I might have heard that on the news or whatever, and it's just been sort of whizzing round my head.
Sure.
And, you know, it was a big debate. I think have they found a way of doing it or something?
What are you talking about?
They've done something about freezing time and all that.
See, this isn't information, this is nothing. That is nothing, that. They've done something about freezing time. Imagine Jeremy Paxman coming on, going, well, the issues tonight said something about freezing time. It's, think before you talk.
No, but I don't worry about how to do it. I just think about what effects that will
Oh,
have.
they haven't asked you to get involved?
Well, this is what I'm saying, though. You can't explain it. It's a tough thing, isn't it? But what's the point in me worrying
It's
about
not a
that?
question. Do you know what he said to me the other day? This is unbelievable. This is one of the most stupid, incredible things I've ever heard. He was talking, and he suddenly stopped, and he was thinking about it, and he went, oh, I don't know what, he went, you'd never see a black ghost.
Extraordinary.
True, though, isn't it?
I've never seen a ghost, full stop.
There are no ghosts. There aren't ghosts.
No, but I mean when you just see them in, like, magazines and that.
Play a record!
So, Karl, you were going to a wedding last week. Was it last week or the week before?
No, it was last Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he said, looking forward to it. He went, no, it's going to be boring. Suzanne was listening, knows that the couple, were taping the show, so she had to get in there before you, didn't she? She went up to him and said, look, when you're whistling back to the show and he says it's going to be boring, he didn't mean you, he meant weddings in general. I love the fact she has to run round and clean up after him. It's great, isn't it? How was it?
Do you not like weddings? You're not a fan of them?
They're only good for the people involved, aren't they?
What are you talking about? You're getting free food, free booze, free music?
Yeah, but it's not. It's just all hanging about, and there's loads of people there you don't know.
Absolutely, I
stuff.
agree.
Do you know what I mean? You've got to make an effort.
Yeah.
And even the bit that was important, right? When they were getting married, right? There wasn't enough chairs because it was, you know, all the family gets the chairs, don't they? So I was sort of stood at the back. Stood at the back of that watching, and I couldn't hear what was going on because a woman was breastfeeding the baby.
Oh!
But what, how loud was this baby guzzling away? You couldn't hear what was going on?
So it was slurping and that, and she was like, I just thought, how hungry is it?
Could it not have waited? Because you've all got to wait for the buffet or whatever later.
I know.
But also just in this.
Well, there was
day and
two,
age-
wasn't there? Why didn't you?
The only thing that annoys me with weddings is the gift thing. Because, like, you buy these gifts, right, you spend a little bit of money, maybe, you know, I like to be a little bit lavish if I go to a wedding.
Oh.
Well, no, come on, you get a gift, right, you package
You're
it
having a
up.
laugh.
And I don't know about you, Rick, but I like to see the response. When I give a gift to someone, I want to see the feedback from that, you
Yeah.
know, this is very much, you know,
I want to see what it is that's Jane bought them on you know, and put
exactly.
my name to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I have to, oh, thanks for the, I go, oh, no worries.
no worries,
No
yeah.
worries. Yeah.
But, you know, certainly, I mean, we talked about it before, but certainly, you know, it's the amount of money spent and the amount of time given to the gift should be correlated by the amount of the response you get.
Absolutely.
If I give a book token, a shrug is fine. But if I give, you know, a sizable, I want them to be showing it to friends. If it's a bar, I want them to show it to the barman, other
You
people,
want to go,
strangers.
look what Steve Merchant got me,
Yeah.
he's the greatest man in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You go to a wedding, you turn up with a gift, you could have spent, you know, upwards of £15 on it. You turn up, you walk in, you say, excuse me, where's the bride and groom, I want to give them this gift. And some bloke, normally the brother-in-law, says, oh,
Yeah,
no,
or
no,
the
no, no, no.
brother-in-law's mate.
Yeah, sorry, they're too busy to see you right now. Just stick the gift on this big table with all the other ones.
Yeah.
And, they'll get back to you.
In a week.
It may be 6 to 8 weeks after the honeymoon, they maybe write you a note. They won't thank you personally, they'll write you a note.
It'd be a general thank you,
It's
and
a general thank you.
your name in different type.
Yeah, but it might have some vague reference to, you know, to what you did, but it won't
Yeah.
really be personalised.
Yeah. The set of mugs, again, will be in different type.
Exactly.
Thank you, Steve Merchant,
Yeah.
for your wonderful gift. We love mugs. Yeah, yours.
Yeah, exactly. and a photocopied signature.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it's not right, is it? Oh, dear.
And also, of course, as well, if there's a baby involved, you know, perhaps they had a kid out of wedlock, and
do you
that's why
mean?
they're getting married. There's normally the little baby signature as well.
Oh.
Like, oh, I hate that, like the baby signed it.
Oh.
From Paul and Sharon and little Billy.
Be Ben these
definitely
days.
Ben.
I reckon. What do you think, Carl? How was the wedding, by the way?
Did you buy a gift?
Suzanne sorted something out.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. Oh, actually, no, we're going away, having a week away with them.
That's your gift.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
you're
we're going away. No, we're going away to Cornwall or something, and, yeah, that's it. We've sort of paid for a place to stay and, come along and that.
And their gift is to spend a week with you in a confined
They'll
space.
love it. They'll have a great time and that.
Will they?
Yeah, it's fine.
Can
yeah.
can I get a pen? I'm making a note of how many times you say "and that" during today's show, and so far there's 3. I've noticed 3. I'm just gonna just make a note because I think we can have a competition here. If you can predict how many times he's going to say "and that," the closest one wins some of the crap DVDs that we've got on offer. Which
Hold
we're
on,
giving away later.
tell me we've got a load of 49.
Definitely.
Is this the book that you nearly finished reading, but you realised all the pages were in the wrong order?
Yeah.
He bought a cheap book, right, at a second shop, started reading it, loving it, then he started reading about this bloke, and he went from jail to school, and then he looked at the page numbers and they were all out of order.
How annoying is that?
I mean, never read books, do you?
I never read one, right? And Suzanne, it was a weekend when we were going to Hastings because you two had done me head in,
Yeah.
right? She said, I want to take you away so you relax and what have you. So, ended up not relaxing because it was like putting a jigsaw together. I'd started reading it on the train, thinking, loving this. It's a really interesting story about this fella who, you know, didn't have a great life as a kid, starts getting into a bit of crime, what have you, turns out to be the governor. But it wasn't as easy as that, because like you say, it was, started off at school, then he was in prison, and he was like, oh God, he started young. And then, next thing, he's like married, and he's like, hang on. He's like 12, and then he's had a heart attack, and then but I just thought it was part of the thing because I read chapter 1, and then it did say chapter 12, but I thought, right, it's like that sort of done in that stylish way that everyone's doing.
What kind of a biography
Look at that, it went
starts
down.
messing with the medium?
I was born in the East End. Take 1 onion, add some, this is
But it's the idea that an East End villain's going to write his autobiography, but think, yeah, I'm just going to play with the form a bit. I'm going to get quite postmodern with this.
No, but you know what I mean?
Barely able to write, probably.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, they
you
did it
can
with-
say that about him, Steve. I wouldn't. I think he's an educated man. Go on, next, Carl.
But yeah, just because it was like 2 for a tenner, that shouldn't be like, oh well, you know, you got a good offer. So
No, that's rare.
It is,
I'm
yeah.
sure the bloke selling it did not know that the pages were out of order. Let's face it, Carl. You read it and didn't realise.
Yeah.
So you
I
can't
love
really
the fact
blame
that
him.
you got almost half the way through before you realised.
Yeah.
but anyway, you know.
Still, that teacher, and that's put you off books for life, hasn't it?
Well, I don't like getting into books now. I just read snippets of information.
Play record. Play record.
No, I was just going to tell you about a bit of information that I was reading.
Okay.
And I can't. Will we play a
No,
record
I've got
first?
time for a bit of drivel before we play next tune.
Well, I'd rather hear a tune and come back for drivel, because I think people are tuning in for drivel, so let's tease them.
Okay.
Let's have a record, then some absolute shite from Karl Pilkington.